tummy time, physical activity, limiting screen time, sleep. These are all things we get told to do with our kids, but a lot of times we don't know to what extent. And parents ask me all the time for specific guidelines. How much tummy time should I be doing? How much screen time is okay for my 3-year-old? I'm Kelsey Boss, doctor of physical therapy, pediatric therapist, and mom of 2. And today I'm going to go over the World Health Organization's recommendations and research-based guidelines for how to make sure our kids are getting what they need. So let's start with that 0 to 1 window. That just so much fun. Babies, I love babies. It's my favorite window. So 30 minutes of tummy time at least is what we're looking for in that age range. I want to clarify that does not have to be all at once. That's throughout their wake windows throughout the day. Remember in those itty bitty babies that tummy time on you counts, baby wearing counts, on an incline counts. It does not have to be tummy time on the floor. It does need to be active tummy time though. So we don't want to just be putting our babies on their tummy and then walking away. That's okay. I put my son on his tummy a lot of times while I'm doing dishes and I can still see him. But we also want to incorporate time where we are engaging with our children. So when you're on your tummy facing them, talking to them, singing songs to them, we want that playtime to be interactive. Now sleep. Sleep is 14 to 17 hours in a 24-hour period. That includes naps, and 12 to 16 for that older 4 to 6 months, and that 14 to 17 for that closer to 3-month window. And again, we're looking at a 24-hour cycle. The last thing for 0 to 1-year-olds is talking about device time. If you have been on Instagram or YouTube, you may have heard the term container baby syndrome. That's a new term that we as therapists have started to use because we're seeing children not meeting milestones because they're spending too much time in a container or a device. What does that include? A car seat, baby swing, baby loungers like DACA tots. So we really don't want them to be in a device more than an hour at a time. Bassinets and cribs do not count. So they're 14 to 17 hours of sleeping in the 0 to 3-month range and 12 to 16 hours of sleeping in that 4 to 12-month range. That does not count as their device time. So really try to minimize how much. Just put the babies on the floor. They will be okay. So now we're going to talk about the 1 to 2 year age window. In the 1 to 2 year age window, where we're looking at 11 to 14 hours of sleep, that does usually include a daytime nap and nighttime sleep. Then you're looking at 180 minutes of moderate to vigorous activity. So playing chase, running around, physical activity. Then when we're looking at the rest of the time in the day, that more sedentary time, we still want that to be books and storytelling, singing songs, playing music. For screen time, less is always better. For 1-year-old, we still don't really want screen time. For 2 years old, the recommendations are no more than an hour of screen time a day. But again, less is better. Especially if they have older siblings, they're probably going to start to get a little bit. I love the slower pace shows. They've come out with a lot, PBS especially, a lot of screen time shows that are slower paced, not as active and bright flashing lights. We want to have kind of less input with that screen time, and FaceTime with family members, of course, is still okay. And that 180 minutes of physical activity, that is just a start. That's an at least number. Remember that more is always better. All right, and then we're gonna finish with our 3 to 4-year-olds. They start to get older, they start to get those personalities, they start to have interests, so your activity time may vary a little bit more based on their interests versus you directing it. Still 180 minutes of activity a day, but we want at least 60 minutes to be that more vigorous intensity, like running on the playground. Again, this is spread throughout the day. We're not sending them for an hour-long workout. Throughout the day, we want 60 minutes of intensity. 11 to 14 hours of sleep in a 24-hour period, and then those same guidelines of no more than an hour restricted, ideally, and then in a car seat or device, and no more than an hour of screen time. One of the most common questions I get, especially as kids start to get older, families are venturing out more, is what about road trips? Kelsey, in that 24-hour period, they're going to be in that device for a really long time. We are looking at overall patterns. So please go on that road trip to that state park or national park or to visit family. highly encourage traveling and new experiences for your kids. Just make sure that your general common patterns are falling into these guidelines, and we know that road trip days or rainy days may be exceptions to the rule. So comment below if you think these are realistic guidelines for you or what questions you have, and let's all go get moving with our families.